Hello and welcome to episode 305. Today we're not going to be making something for the players to experience, we're going to make it something to make your experience building the map so much quicker. One thing I always find is my inventory gets full of junk and I want a command block and then I have to type the command to give myself a command block. So I make myself a little book. It takes sort of 5 minutes to set up the book and then I can just go to my default hotbar. Or I can go off and build. I've just given myself a couple of bits of wool so I can build my stuff. And then I notice that I've got no command block again. And usually what I'll do is I'll run and find one and I'll press middle mouse to copy it like that. And then I'll run back to where I'm building. Well, I just do the book and switch back to your default hotbar. There's your command block. It makes building so much quicker, so much nicer. And it doesn't take long to set up. Those are the commands. So we just have 4 there are doing my default hotbar, those 4 blocks, and we've got 2 doing the different hotbar. So anyway, no point explaining it now. We might as well just get on and make it. Okay, right. First thing we're going to need is an objective, trigger objective. We're going to use triggers, so to make sure anyone can use the book. If we don't use the trigger, then only opt players will be able to run the commands from the book. So we'll use trigger. And also it helps us actually target the player that's running the command. So let's do scoreboard, objectives, add. I'm going to call it gear because it's changing the gear I've got in my hotbar. And it's going to be a trigger. Done. And now I have to enable that. Scoreboard, players, enable for all players. Gear. Done. Run that. Cool. Let's give ourselves a book. Boink. Give book. Done. Okay, we are going to give the nearest player a written book. And let's pop some information in here. It's going to need a title. It's going to need an author, and it's going to need some pages. Title, well, it's my book. And the author is me, I'm writing it. Okay, pages. I'm just going to work with 1 page, and I'm going to give myself a bit of text. So let's just say I've got 1 page. That's my first page. If I wanted another page, the information would go into there. But it's a comma. So that's the second page. This here is the second page, but I don't want 2 pages. I just want 1. So my information is going to go into here. And I am going to have 1 entry. And it's going to say let's copy that entry actually. Let's copy that. Boom, boom. Copy. 1 entry. 2 entries. 3 entries. Now let's just have 2. We don't need to go crazy. We've got 2 entries. Okay, first one. I'm going to have some text. It's going to say default hotbar. Okay. That's 1. And let's do them. We can do them both at the same time, I suppose. No, let's just do 1 at a time. That's confusing. So default hotbar. Let's give it a color. A color. A green. Okay, so actually we will do this one now as well. And we'll say different hotbar. Uh-oh, look what I've typed. That should say text, and that should say default hotbar. Okay, let's give this a color as well. Color, we'll just say red. Done. Give me the book, please. Uh-oh, clearly we've made a mistake. It's treating it all as text. Well, okay, let's have a look and see what we've done. Have we made a mistake somewhere? Written book. Title. pages. That's where we want to go, get the mouse out of the way. Okay. Is that a full stop instead of a comma? I think that might have been it. That is a tricky one. They look so similar. Let's have a look and see if that was it. That was it. Okay, we've got default hotbar. Oh dear, it's not looking very good. It's joined these two words together. Decided that it's so long it can't put. That looks awful. We need to pop in a new line. Now we could do a new line here. Just put it straight after that. Default hotbar, new line. Yeah, that works. Okay, or some people do like to, let's go back here. Let's remove this. Some people do like to actually put it as its own separate little entry. So here's the middle between the two. And we could have this in here as an extra bit of text. So it's its own separate little entry. Some people like that, just so that it makes it a bit clearer for them, but the effect is exactly the same. Okay, right, so now let's give each one a click event. Let's go here, we've got the green one, which is default hotbar. Let's add a click event. Lots of speech marks and colons. Click event. Okay, well, what action do you want to take when you click these words? Well, the action I want to take is to run a command, and it will say, okay, what's the value of that command? Well, the value of that command is going to be trigger, oh dear me, trigger gear set 1. That seems okay. Okay, right, next one. Different hotbar, color red. Right, after color red, let's define a click event for this one as well. It will be a click event. What action will it want to be? I want to run a command, please. Certainly. What's the value of your command? The value of my command is slash. Don't forget slash. If you don't put the slash, it will just put it into chat like you were saying it. So you need the slash. Trigger gear set 2. That'll do. Okay. Done. Shift. Oh, F3D. Get rid of that chat. Okay. Do we actually see anything? Okay. Triggered gear set value to 1. You cannot trigger this objective yet. We've used it once. And because we've used it once, it becomes disabled. Now we have an enable in this line here, so I can click that and enable it again. Let's try the second one. Set to 2. Okay, so I can set it to 1, 2. If you want to get rid of that triggered gear set value to 2, you can do the gain rule, send command feedback false. Like that. And let's enable it again. There we go. Now it's not sending. But you're making the map, so it doesn't really matter. So I have it set to true because you might be doing data get on objects and things, so we'll just leave it as true. Right, so we are changing our score. That's absolutely fine, but let's build something. Let's make a controller that's going to check that score. Now, we could probably have these as one long chain, or we could have them as separate controllers. I think this is up to you, really. Separate controllers might make it easier for you if you want to make changes. So each different hotbar would have its own controller. Let's do it that way. We're not going for maximum performance here. This is just to make building the map quicker. So we don't really mind too much. So let's do controller for default. And default, we were setting the score to 1. So execute. Type it in the box. Execute as all players whose scores equals gear equals 1, run clear. Right, I've cleared the inventory. Let's make that repeating. And I'm going to get all of that beginning bit. Copy. Done. So we've cleared their inventory. We better give them the book back. So run give. Actually, we'll just copy the command. We've already done it once. I'm not typing the command again. Let's just copy it from here. Here we go. Home. Copy. Done. Pop it in there. Paste. We will make one change though. Instead of giving it to the nearest player, we will give it to the person that's got the score of gear 1. Done. So they've got the book back. Let's go in here and copy this beginning bit again. Copy. Let's give them something else as well. Give at S. I suppose if you're making them, you might want a command block. This is I'll do the setup that I quite often use. Command block. Okay, let's copy. Actually, what we'll do is we'll do control middle mouse. So I'll have a command block. What else we want? Let's have a button to power the command block. Let's have the nice Blackstone button. I do like that one. There we go. Let's have a lever in case we want to power a repeating command block. Let's have a sign, always labeling my stuff, so I'll have an oak sign as well. I think that'll do. And then, so you just keep going there as much as you want. Give. Who cares? You know, all the stuff you need. And then we will scoreboard. Oopsies. We will scoreboard players reset. All players. Actually, probably fine. All players. Gear. And we better re-enable. I keep thinking that's empty. We better re-enable it as well so they can run it again. Enable for all players. Gear. Done. Okay. Now I should be able to just... Oh, we didn't enable it from last time. So let's start off by re-enabling it. Okay. So I've been building for a while. My inventory's got really messy. I just want to go back to... Turn it on. There we go. I just want to go back to my default hotbar. Cool. So now I can place my blocks down, blah, blah, blah. I can go around. I can pick up a load more stuff. My inventory gets all messy again. And I'm like, oh, I haven't got anything I need. No problem. I'll just get my default hotbar back. That's nice. Okay. And basically, we'll just do exactly the same. So let's copy that. Pop it in there. Bump, bump. And what did we call it? What did we say? Default, and the other one was called different, wasn't it? Different. And we'll just check for the other number. So we'll say 2. Done. And probably we can just copy that. Paste that in there. And we'll just change the number to 2. So we've got the book back. And we'll just give ourselves a different item. So let me copy one of them. We'll have 2 different items. Oh, and I really want to build something with wool. We'll have some white wool. And we'll have some black. Look at that. Oh, and we'll have some black wool. I've been using black wool and white wool in my map all the time. Let's copy. See, now here, this is nice. I don't want to get rid of all that stuff, really. I want some space, so I'm just going to use it now. There we go. And we're going to, from the end, we'll copy the 2 resets. So we'll copy the reset and the enable. Control middle mouse. Pop that there. Pop that there. Turn you on. Okay, now I can switch to my wool. Trigger set to 2. Now let's have a look. 2. 1. Ha 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 ha. 2. 2. You should be fine. Yeah. So if we got... Okay. Hey, why are you not clearing? My trigger value is 2. Oh, do we have the problem that this line is running first? I think this is probably what's happening. I reckon this line is running first. It's going all the way down here, and it's resetting my gear score. And then what's happening is this line is running, and it's saying, oh, well, it doesn't have a score of 2, so I'm not going to do anything. Okay, now, this is a problem that I've seen lots of people have. And they're like, I don't understand why this isn't working. One controller works, but my other one doesn't. And it's because this one is probably running first and resetting this one. So what can we do about that? Well, basically, we'll make them into one line. So we could do a test. We'll turn this one off. And I say, I want my different hotbar. See, and now it works absolutely fine because this one is running first. Right. So we can turn that one on and we can go back to default. Right, so we know they both work. So once you've got all the ones that you want, I think what we'll do is we'll just change this here. So execute your scores equals 1 or higher. We're going to clear the inventory. That's fine. Okay, so that means we can get rid of this command. This is going to give them the book. Okay, so let's give the book to anyone with a score of 1 or higher. Oh, we can get rid of this command. These commands are the reset. Yeah, we don't need that because we've already got one. This is one that re-enables it. Yeah, we don't need that. Okay, so we're just left with these 2 command blocks. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to squish them in here. So let's take our reset and our enable. Control middle mouse. Let's put them down here. Yeah. Bump, bump. We'll take them off the end. And then what we'll do is we'll grab these 2. And remember, these ones are executing as gear equals 1. These ones are executing as gear equals 2. So I'm going to take this one, control middle mouse. Let's put them in here, like so. Then we'll get the reset and the re-enable, and we'll put them on the end, like so. Okay, now we just have one command. Let's turn that on. We can go to our default because we were a bit messy. It's pretty nice. And we can then switch to our building supplies. Cool, that works perfectly. I think probably what I would do is I would either get something like some wool. So let's just have red and green, or probably signs as well. I would label this. I would say this gives command block. This gives polished blackstone button. But something you could do is, this is the reset, we don't care. So these 2 are red. They match up with different hotbar. And dum are the green ones. What about you? No. So we've got the green ones, which match up with our green in the text. Yeah. If we want to make any changes, we know it's these 4. And we've got the red ones, which match up with these 2. There you go. And if you want to add in another one, you just add a new one. You take these off the end. You move them along to where you want. Like so. You put your new commands in there and keep going. Okay. But this, I'll tell you what, this, taking a few minutes just to set this up, it saves me a huge amount of time. Because your inventory gets a complete mess and you think, oh, I just need the lever, I just need the button, I want the command block, the sign, it's fine, I'll just do that. There we go. And now I need my building supplies. I've got my building supplies. And quite often what I'll do is maybe I'm building really far away, or just say over there somewhere, and I want to switch between. I'll add a teleport in there as well. Teleport off, teleport back. So you can jump around. Now these, you want to be running in the spawn chunks. Otherwise, you could fly away into unloaded chunks. And, well, it's not going to work anymore. We can test that quite simply. We're just doing a bit of testing now. If you've got what you need, feel free to leave. Press that little like button though if you want, because that's always appreciated. Let's do a little bit of testing. We can find spawn chunks with a compass. Bit tedious sometimes, but there we go. It's over here. Whee, there we go. So I'm definitely in the spawn chunks. So these commands should always be running. Now a very simple test is this. Say hi. I don't know what happened there. Oh, I'm in creative. I always forget that. I'm in creative, and if you're in creative and you click with a compass, it sends you through the wall and finds a free spot. It's like a teleporter. I always forget that. Right, let's click in here. Say hi. Done. Okay, so that's definitely working. That command is definitely running. Let's get the coordinates of this block. Fill, tap, tap, tap. I'm going to copy them and put them in chat. There's no point putting them in chat. They've gone. Let's teleport. TP. Myself. Actually, we'll do relative coordinates just to make it even easier to get back. And we'll just go off 50,000 blocks that way and 50,000 blocks that way. So we can be pretty sure that those chunks are, they wouldn't be loaded normally. I am very far away. But if we look, the text is still coming up. So that command block must be enabled. So, and our hotbar switching works. Yeah, no problem. Now, luckily I did relative coordinates. So to get home, I can just do minus and go back. So we're definitely in coordinates. That's where these need to be on. This chunk needs to be loaded. Okay, enough waffling. I've kept you here for ages again, longer than I should have. Let's clear those highs out of the chat because it's not time for hi, it's time for bye-bye. So I'll see you next time. Take care and have fun.